What's up, everybody? This is Record Jones here, and today I'm making a video regarding something that, if you haven't heard of in this YouTube community, I don't know what type of cave you've been hiding in, but it's pretty much confirmed that in Monster Jam for 2014, this will be the last year for both Marvel and DC trucks. In 2011, they brought back the Marvel trucks with Iron Man, Wolverine, Captain America, and Spider-Man. And I think around 2004, they brought Batman and Superman into the scene. So now the licensing has run up for that, and basically they're shutting down all the trucks basically for the Marvel and DC. So what happens to the drivers? Well, first of all, I do think that all the drivers but one, that is someone I'll get to later, are going to stay in the competition. They are not going to leave from the sorry, I had to look at something over there, but they are not going to leave from the Monster Jam world. I think they're still going to be present no matter if they're a crew chief or a monster truck driver still. No matter where they're at, I still do think that they are still part of a crew. Anyways, where are these drivers going to go? Starting off with John Cesack. Now, John Cesack, I think that John Cesack would be great if he went to NEA. And here's why. I think if he went to NEA, John Cesack has mainly been in Batman for most of his career. That one tiny years of span he was in Grinder, but mostly he's been in Batman. He started out his career in Team X and Sudden Impact, but he's been in Batman for most of his career. And here's the thing, Batman is like a fantasy thing. Like, Batman is like this whole fantasy superhero thing. So, it kind of makes sense if he was in the fantasy realm of protecting justice and doing the stuff with the NEA, the New Earth Authority Police. I think that would be a great fit for John Cesack, for a guy that has been around Batman and superheroes as driving trucks. I think NEA will make a great fit for John Cesack. And with that being said, a Doomsday could possibly be scrapped into a second NEA, which I honestly think will be fitted for Joey Parnell. And here's why. Joey Parnell, he never really does stadium events. For those of you who don't know, Joey Parnell is mainly in the arena driver event. So you won't see Joey Parnell at Ford Field. You won't see Joey Parnell in the Metrodome or Gillette Stadium. You won't find him in there because he is mainly an arena guy. He normally drives trucks in arenas, which explains why he wasn't really in the stadium events for 2014 because he was doing arena events in Man of Steel. So, what I think they're going to do is Joey Parnell's been around superhero trucks too, like TMNT and, like I just said momentarily, Superman. So I do think, like with John Cesack, he would make a great fit for NEA, but in smaller arena events. They can't do the more Monster Jam stuff because they already have all those stuff for that, but I think Joey Parnell can be in smaller arena events like Roanoke, Hampton, Hartford, Connecticut, just smaller arena events. I think, honestly, Joey Parnell is really good in those arena events, and I think he can do a great job doing that. Moving on to Chad Fortune. Now, Chad Fortune's a tough one, because Chad Fortune, he's a great Monster Jam driver. He's just phenomenal at freestyle. He showed his pure skill in Captain America, and I think that's great. Superman, he was kind of lenient on it. But here's my thing on Chad Fortune. I think that this is going to be his final year as a Monster Jam driver, and I do think for 2015, we are not going to see Chad Fortune, and here's why. Chad Fortune has done a lot of stuff in his career. For those of you who don't know, Chad Fortune was not only in a Monster Jam uniform driving Superman and Captain America, he was also an NFL player. I believe, if I'm correct, he was left guard for Miami for a while. And then after that, he went to professional wrestling. For those of you who don't know, Superman was actually a professional wrestler for a while. I think he was in the WCW, I'm honestly not sure, but he was a professional wrestler, and then he went to Monster Jam, so he's done a lot of stuff, and I feel that maybe he's getting a little tired of it, and he just wants to move on to retirement. So I do think that Chad Fortune is going to retire. However, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if Chad Fortune did make a return in 2015. Where, I honestly wouldn't be sure. Maybe somewhere, like, maybe Scooby-Doo. They might make a third Scooby-Doo truck. Or, maybe even Tasmanian Devil. I know that sounds really weird considering Tasmanian Devil is kind of dead, but maybe Tasmanian Devils, or even Dragon, who knows. Moving on, and, for those who don't know, Barry Musauer is going to drive Zombie, next year, and Dustin Brown, the other driver of Iron Man, and formerly Wolverine, is going to be driving Monster Mutt. So, that's cool. And then Aaron Basil, who also drove Wolverine for quite a while, is driving Monster Mutt Rottweiler. So, just want to get those out of the way before I get to the last one. Lee O'Donnell. Lee O'Donnell has been all over the place until he went to Iron Man. And Iron Man was very successful for him. He was very good in racing in Iron Man. He was kind of a changed man, like Chad Fortune when he went to Captain America. Iron Man was a good fit for Lee O'Donnell, but now that he is leaving, where would he go? Well, I have a couple theories. One, he could go to Gravedigger because didn't Gary Porter, I could be wrong on this, but I think Gary Porter left the Gravedigger team. I could be wrong on that, but I do believe that Gary Porter, sorry, my bad, left the Gravedigger team. And, then, I'm sorry, I just completely lost focus. And I don't think this is nearly as likely, but I do think that Lee O'Donnell could potentially be driving Backwards Bob for the 2015 season. That would be... I honestly wouldn't be a huge fan of Lee O'Donnell driving Backwards Bob. He has much more potential than for driving that truck, but I guess I could sort of see it happening. Or they could have Joey Parnell go to Backwards Bob, but who really knows? Anyways, guys, just wanted to talk about that Marvel discussion, what's happening. They're basically going to go away, Marvel and DC, but not the Scooby-Doo truck. Scooby-Doo's going to stay, and Tasmanian Devil still might be an option, but we're not really sure on that so far. They keep on making Tasmanian Devil. I want to say he's out there, but I'm honestly not positive. But basically, guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. Just a quick discussion for you guys, and have a nice day, everyone. This is Record Jones, signing out.